Hello YouTube, Tammy back here with the second video for today, but I don't exactly know when this video will be getting posted. I explained that in the Things We're Making Thursday video at the end. If you're wondering why I'm not sure when it's going to be posted, go check that video out. Anyhow, this is my Finished Object Friday video, and I do have one for you. It is from my Head to Toe Winter Knit book. And first off, I've got to give credit where credit's due. Erin, if you happen to see this, I am so sorry I haven't mentioned you in the last few, but Erin over at Crafting Kitty has a segment on her channel called Fridays with Fred. She has a book, Official Patterns of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. She puts up a poll each time one of the items is done and have us vote on it if we want to, and that picks her next item. She's going to make everything in the book. I plan to do the same thing with this book. Originally, I started at the front of the book, and I think I made the first 3 patterns. And then I thought, you know what, let's mix it up a little. I'm going to, piggyback on Erin's idea, and I love it. So the last poll I had up, the winner was Steely Tweed Scarf. And again, just to remind you what the picture looked like on the model. Now, there is fringe in this one. I did not do fringe on mine. I personally am not a fan of fringe, and I used, oh boy, I did turn around and end up using my Caron cake, or my Caron Blossom cake yarn that I had, and I will show you to start off with. This is what I had left. Now, I could have easily, it technically is an 8-row repeat, but you could end it after row 4 or row 8. I could have easily done more, but I have planned for this. I just got to get a yarn to go with it for another project in this same book, actually. So that'll be 3 projects from this book with the same yarn. So, where was I last time? Well, I'll start off with, had you guys seen my last whip video I made regarding this scarf? Oh boy. Start off with, I struggled with it. If I used said size knitting needles it called for, I didn't like the way the fabric was coming out. It didn't scream scarf to me, the texture and the feel and the thickness and such. So I did rip it out. This was last time I was at the camper, so a couple weekends ago. And I did go to a different yarn and tried it with the same needle, and it was more plump and more what you expect a scarf be, considering this scarf is actually calling for 2 strands of yarn held together. I wasn't doing that, and I did it in the solid color, and I had a good section of it done, and I did like how it was looking. I really, really, really wanted to use this yarn because then I can add it to another make-along I participate in. So when you guys saw it last time, it was here. Where this little stitch marker is. Not very far. Well, it is now 66.5 inches long. I'm just going to try and move it through so you guys can see all the color changing. But yeah, like I said, I did do it with a solid color. I liked how it was coming out, but I really, like I said, want to use this yarn. So I ended up going up on my needle size than what the pattern called for. I do not know how wide it is. I'm going to guess about 8 inches. I did not measure that. But I do know it's 66.5 inches long, and that's what the pattern called for. So it's a good hefty scarf. Now, even with going up on my size for my knitting needles, it still kind of feels on the thinner side because this yarn is a 3-weight yarn and I only did 1 strand. But with how thick it is, like width-wise, when you wear it, it's going to bunch up. It's going to be warm. Now this pattern is really cute. I'm definitely put a star on that pattern page because it would definitely be one I would want to alter and make it as a baby blanket, but on the bottom, the sides, and the top, either do a 2x2 rib or like a seed stitch. And those that are knitters, you'll know what that is. So that is my finished object. I'm going to take a picture of it after I finish this video and I'm uploading it so I can get it entered into a different make along that I'm participating in. Oh, I guess I could take out my stitch marker. So yeah, now to discuss the next project. Well, if you guys have seen me talk about, the entries or the options and how I deal with a tie, we have another tie. We had a two-way tie. So the item that was lower than the two-way tie is the winner. And the winner for this round is the Santa slouch hat. Now, I'm going to show you the model and hers because it's more like a striped version. The other one, the bottom part is white. It's done all in red, and there's a white pom-pom, but that's where the instructions are. So I'm going to do the striped version for mine. And believe it or not, both skeins of yarn are the same brand of yarn I'm going to use. I know, right? I don't do that too often. But I'm going to use Red Heart Super Saver. I have this pink and this purple. I'm going to mash those up together, and that's what the hat's going to be made out of. Now, probably going to take it with me camping with Sophie because I'm doing this video and I know what the winner is. It wasn't a three-way tie. I didn't have to wait till a later date to figure out what I'm making. So that will be going up to the camper this weekend. I don't see it taking me very long to make that hat. So we'll see if it's a whip or if it's a finished object next time you see that hat. So with that project being picked, it is time to put in votes again if you guys would like to help me pick my next object. And the three items that are up to vote on is a candy stripe scarf. Now, I haven't read it yet, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's a thinner yarn. It's obviously done in stockinette, so it's knit on one side, purl on the other. And it's not a very wide scarf. So I may be altering it a little. I don't know yet. I may, instead of doing stripes, but here it is on the model. I may just go and get another cake yarn of some kind and let the colors flow where they may and do it that way. This way I don't have other yarn to carry up the side, which there's no edging on it, so you can't really hide it. And I'm not cutting and re-adding the yarn every time I change colors. Not happening. So the second one that's up for option is Playful Wrist Warmers. And here they are on the model's hand. They're different. There's a thumb hole in them, and like I've done in the past, I probably would not be doing a thumb hole because I want the options of being able to, slide it up or down my hand if more the hand's cold or more the wrist is cold. So there will not be a thumb hole in it because I'm not a fan of the thumb hole. Your third option is Atlas Floral Headband. No model wearing it, it's just on a table. But there it is. I think that's kind of cute. Very fun, colorful play of color work. So, depends on what you guys vote on. So, how can you vote if you want to help me out? Over on my About page, if you go, click on my name, go to my About page. Underneath my profile picture and my name and all that information, there is where you can click on my videos, my lives. I'm trying to think what else is all there. I know there's a few other things. And then the last option, it used to be the community tab. It's now called our post. You click on it and you go to the very first post that's posted because it is up, it is live. It will give you those three options and you can pick 1, 2, or 3 just for fun. It's more entertainment for me, like I've always said in the past, just to see which one you guys pick. Now, I'm thinking by next Friday, depending on if I'm at the camper or not, and I explained that in the last video, like not this Friday coming, but the following Friday, so the Friday in July. if I'm going to be home or not for a video, because like I said, hubby's on holidays and right now they're still on strike and we don't know what's going on with that. It may be either a whip or a finished object next week. I'm thinking I can get it done for next week, no problem. So I think it's going to be a finished object. But the thing is, if I'm not home next Friday, I won't be posting it next Friday because I don't have internet. I lost my train of thought there for a moment. Sorry. I don't have internet at my camper. So it won't get recorded and posted till I am home. Now, again, how do I run my poll? I only put 3 items up. As you just saw, there's 3 options, 1, 2, and 3. If, like this week and in the past, it's a 2-way tie, the item that's below the 2-way tie is the item that will win. If it's a 3-way tie, which I've not yet had one of those, and I know sometime I might, then when I show the finished project, so the finished hat, which is the next item up to make, when I show that as a finished object, when I close the poll, if it's a 3-way tie, that poll will get taken down. I will inform you it was a 3-way tie. I will also already have up the next poll, which will be the next 3 objects in the book after those 3 that were tied, and then it will be ran for 1 week only, so Friday to Friday, unless for some reason I'm going to be not home Friday, which usually I am home Fridays. Usually we don't go to the trailer till later Friday evenings unless hubby's on holidays. So I should be home on the Friday. So we'll run for 1 week. And then again, at the end of that Friday, so the next Friday, if it's a 2-way tie again, I will pick the item that was not in the 2-way tie. If it was a 3-way tie, I will then scratch that poll. I will inform you again that that poll's over, but there's a new one up, and it'll be the next 3 items in the book. That one I will run for 24 hours, so from Friday till the Saturday. And that's where it will depend on if it's a weekend I'm home or not, or if I'm at the camper. Again, no internet. If I'm going to be at the camper, it will probably stay up then till Sunday. But I will definitely let you guys know in that one. But normally I plan to just go for 24 hours. And again, it'll be the same idea. If it's a 2-way tie, the item that did not get involved in the tie is the winner. If it's a 3-way tie, I will scratch that. I will let you know that poll is closed. And I will go to the very next project in the book. The very, very next one that you guys have not yet seen. And that will be the project I will make. So it could be a surprise to you guys as long as I have 3 3-way ties. I know that's a lot, right? So if that happens, I will show you the next project in the book and say this is what I'm making due to, again, 3-way tie. And put up the new poll, which will be the next 3 items after it, and make it live. So again, I thank you guys so much for those who vote. It's fun. It's entertaining. I know a lot of you probably don't really care what I make, but it's more just pick 1, 2, or 3. Make it fun for me because I do occasionally go in and check to see how the voting's going. And then, all of a sudden I may have a live or something and I'll mention, I got a poll live up on my thing. You guys want to go over and hit it up? And that's usually when I get a few more votes. And you never know what's going to happen. And I usually don't, about 2 days prior to me polling that poll and closing it, I don't usually look just in case an extra vote comes in. I've had that happen where I thought one project was going to win and it ended up being the last time I had a tie. So you never know, right? But anyways, guys, again, thank you very much for sticking around and, putting a vote in for me. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's just all in fun. Again, like I said in my Things for Making Thursday video, please keep yourself cool. I know the US and Canada are dealing with a heat wave. I really can't wait to get to my camper because the breeze that comes off Lake Erie, it's a straight shot from the water to us, even though we're up higher than the water level. But the breeze that comes across to us, it's not just like, buildings or trees or other stuff in the way. It's a straight shot. And, oh, it feels so nice. And I'm hoping when we're up there this time, the wind's coming from the water and not going to the water like it was last time we were at the camper because the breeze wasn't as cool. But when it comes off the lake, it's always so much cooler. So again, have a great time, guys. Keep cool. If you need ideas, I gave a couple in the last video. Go to your local mall. Take a book. Take, if you're working on a crochet or knit it, smaller project, take it with you. Go sit in the mall for a couple hours. Or if you have a local library, go sit in your local library with either a book or, something you're making. And you never know, maybe your library doesn't have, a crafting day of the week where some ladies and gentlemen can get together and, hang out for a couple hours and crochet and knit and stuff like that. And maybe you'll start a new trend. You never know, right? So everyone be safe. Try, like I said, keep cool. Lots of water. Drink lots and lots and lots of water. Stay in the shade if you're going to be in the sun. Like, I just got over a pretty nasty sunburn from the Saturday before Father's Day because I know better. I went fishing high noon for 4 hours. And I was, let's say, the Michaels bags? I was redder than that for about 5 days. And believe me, when I finally got blisters to pop and I could peel it, oh, did it feel so much better. But if you're going to be out in the sun doing yard work or just out and about, whatever, protect yourself, put sunscreen on. I know, me being a redhead, I know better. But I always get one good burn a year, and that was this year's. So rest of the summer, hope I'll be smart. Keep out of the sun. Anyways, guys, again, this video will either go up later today, which is Thursday. I know it's a finished Friday video. Again, it all depends on when we're going to the camper. My husband and son have to go vote on their contract some point today. Right now, they're on the picket line. And then there has been an agreement they've come up with a negotiation on a new contract, and both the company and the union both kind of like it. So fingers crossed it's a yes on the vote. And I know the warehouse my husband and son work at, they vote tomorrow, or later today, actually, sorry, which is Thursday when I'm recording the video. And hopefully by Thursday evening, we'll know what's going on. But I don't know when other provinces here in Canada are voting, because it is a Canada-wide strike. So I will keep you guys up to date. The finished object video will come up Thursday. If it comes out Thursday, then you know everything went good. We're headed up to the trailer. If we're not going up till Friday, then I won't post this video till Friday. I just pre-recorded it just in case it's going to go up Thursday. So I love you guys. Again, please keep yourself cool. Lots of liquid, fluids. If you're working out in the heat, take as much breaks as you possibly can. If you don't have AC in your place or your fans or whatever cutting it, go somewhere where it is air conditioning, like the mall, where it's free just to hang out and find a bench to sit or a table in one of the cafeteria or food courts or something, or your local library, or, find somewhere that either has a breeze and a lot of shade or a building with a lot of air conditioning that you can just go hang out for hours and you won't get kicked out. And keep cool, please. I don't want to hear of my friends on YouTube, suffering with heat stroke and other issues. And again, because it's so darn hot out there, don't make your pets be out there either for any length of time. Please, please, please. I am definitely an advocate for animals. I always try to look out for them, and I do not put up with any animal neglect or abuse or anything like that. And if you do have to take your dog out for a walk and you don't have booties for them, don't walk them on the sidewalks and the pavement. It's too hot for their paws. Take them just out on the grass if possible. And if you have to cross somewhere where it's pavement or whatever, hopefully you can pick your dog up and carry them over that pavement. That pavement is super hot right now, and it can very easily burn those paws. And I, again, don't want to hear of an animal or a person due to this heat suffering. So don't want to be a downer. So we're going to end it here. And everyone have a great time. I don't know when I'll be out next because, like I said, I'm going to be technically on holidays. Hubby and my son are technically on holidays come Friday. So I know we're not going to be at the camper for the whole week. We'll just have to wait and see when we come home. Because I know we're talking about being up there till like Monday or Tuesday or something like that, coming home for a few days. and then going back up again the following weekend. But I know they got a pay coming in this Friday. That's why I don't know if we're going up Friday or Thursday. But I do know the pay on Friday is only 1 week instead of 2. So we may only be going up for the weekend. I don't know. But I love you guys. I've kept you long enough. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.